Aloha everybody, my name is Karissa. I am the artist behind Henna Happens. I'm going to be showing you how I make my henna paste today. So you're going to need a scale and a container with a lid and a mixing utensil. I've got this handy dandy green spatula and some dark brown sugar. You can also use regular sugar, whatever sugar you have. I just like the dark brown because it's extra molasses, and lemon juice, and my special blend of essential oils. You're also going to need, of course, henna powder. This is Henna Lounge 2021. I don't know if it's spring or fall. I don't know which season, but it's awesome, you guys. Henna Lounge powder is my favorite. Highly recommend her powder. And Darcy is such a sweetie, and she always ships it to me on time, and I love it. I've never been a line draper before until I started using this powder. So if you're one to drape your lines, I highly recommend Henna Lounge powder. So in goes 30 grams of that. We're going to clear the scale, and we're going to put our sugar in next. I put 10 grams of sugar. This kind of depends on where I'll be doing henna. If I know that it's going to be a hot, dry day versus a rainy day, I kind of tweak my sugar based on that, but on average I do 10, and I'll increase it if it's a drier day or if I'm going to be in a heavily air-conditioned room. That tends to dry out the paste quicker. So what sugar does is it pulls the moisture from the air, and it makes the paste a little bit more tacky, so it sticks to the skin. But if you put too much, it can get a little bit too relaxed and you can lose your design. So 10 to 12 is what I usually do, depending on my needs for the environment that I'll be doing henna in that day. Next, we will put 10 milliliters of essential oils. This blend is kind of random. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just go with my mood, but it's a random blend of lavender, cajeput, eucalyptus, frankincense, and I sometimes add a touch of clove as well. And then in goes 70 milliliters of lemon juice. You can use bottled or fresh. You can also use water. I like the texture that lemon juice gives to the paste, and that's just what I've always been using. So that's just what I do. And you're gonna mix this up. Don't be too concerned about getting all of the lumps and clumps out. Those will settle out overnight as the paste develops. I like to mix my paste at least 12 hours before my appointment. 24 hours is ideal and what I usually do, just because. Yeah, and then you're gonna pop that lid on, and we are going to wait overnight, and we'll see you on the next day. Okay, it is the next day. Hello. We are going to see what we got going on here. Ooh, look how pretty. We got some gorgeous dye release here in the henna paste. You can see that dark layer on top. You can even see it puddling on the sides a little bit. And yep. So this is looking really nice. So we are going to mix this up. Try to get all the clumps and things out. Mix. And here is where you can kind of get the idea of your texture. If you're experienced, then you can kind of know by like spooning it up and dropping it. If you're not, then you can fill a cone and test it. but I kind of know where I like things to be now, so I know that this is good. So I'm gonna move on to filter it. So a glass with a inverted carrot bag and a pantyhose lining it is what I like to use to filter my henna paste before I use it, because the worst thing when you're in the middle of doing a design is having to stop and unclog your cone. It is so annoying and it can damage your cone. You might need to refill another cone, or, you know, it just kills the vibe. So I like to filter my paste just in case, even though I don't really have any problems with like twigs or anything with the Henna Lounge powder, but I just do this just in case, just for extra insurance. And then bloop, pop that out. And we are going to pick that all up and move the glass aside. And you're gonna want to move all of the product as much as possible, shake it down to the bottom and just kind of give it a squeeze. And you want to give a little twist here at the top of the carrot bag before you attempt to pull the pantyhose out. I find that kind of locks everything into place. And be mindful who is standing next to you. A pantyhose covered in henna will be flying in the direction that you're pulling it in. So I've hit my kitchen wall with this before, people, myself. So just be mindful of where you're filling that thing. So I like to use these little 4-ounce jars, and it keeps my henna paste perfectly in my thermos when I'm in location. Keeps it nice and cool. I like to store my paste in the fridge for 3 to 4 days before I move it into my freezer. But at that point, I usually have used it up by then if it's a busy season. And yeah, here I have my reusable cone. I got this from my old friend Christine from Mendy Madness. Shout out to her. She's one of the key people that got me started in my henna journey, and she makes these fabulous cones. This is just what I'm used to using, and they're environmentally friendly, and you can reuse them over and over again. You just rinse them out. I've had cones that have lasted several months, even years, and I just pinch the end of the cone before I freeze them so they don't get stretched out in the freezer. And yep, information will be down below. I hope you found this video helpful, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you in the next one. Aloha.